Hi everyone, this is Shazir Rafiq. Welcome to my channel. In today's 5 Minutes Economics, we are going to discuss another part of aggregate demand, that is the reasons for the movement along the curve. Now, what are the reasons for this movement along the curve? Means your price is increasing, your aggregate demand is falling, your price is falling, your aggregate demand is increasing. Now, what is the reasons for this movement along the curve? Now, there are three reasons for the movement along the curve. The first reason is wealth effect. Now, what does wealth effect says? Wealth effect says whenever there's an increase in price, whenever there's a reduction in price, whenever your price falls, this basically increases your purchasing power. This basically increases your purchasing power. And when your purchasing power increases, your consumption increases because now you can consume more. Now you can spend more on your consumer goods. And when your consumption increases, ultimately your aggregate demand will rise, aggregate demand will rise, and vice versa. Obviously, when your price rises, your purchasing power reduces. Now you will have less money to spend on consumer goods. Ultimately your consumption reduces, and this will lead to reduction in your aggregate demand, your fall in aggregate demand. Now this increase in aggregate demand or reduction in aggregate demand can be shown in the above diagram, as we have already have discussed. Now the second thing that can affect your aggregate demand is trade effect. Now how does it affect? Now since we know that if the prices of the goods fall, so your exports become cheaper. If the prices of the goods available in the country reduces. For example, Pakistan is good for exporting cheap cotton material, high quality cotton at a lowest price. So this is how Pakistan is very competitive in selling cotton. Sri Lanka is very good, is produces high quality tea at lowest prices. So this is that is why they are favorite throughout the world, and the export of tea from Sri Lanka is favorite. And because they're not of high quality, but they are also offering lower prices. So when the prices of the commodity falls in an economy, so your goods become more cheaper. As the goods become more cheaper, it is more favorable, more attractive for the people internationally. So what they are going to do, they are going to purchase from you, hence your exports will increase. When your exports increases. On the other hand, when your prices falls, your imports will become cheaper. Your imports will become expensive, just because you know that since you can find the same good in your country more cheaper, so why would you buy from another country at higher prices? So you will not buy from them. So ultimately your imports fall. So when your imports fall and your exports rises, this will lead to uh, higher net exports. And as we know that higher net exports means increase in aggregate demand. So whenever your exports rises and imports fall, this will lead to increase in aggregate demand. This will lead to increase in aggregate demand, and vice versa. Obviously, if the prices of the commodity increases, so your exports will become expensive, so nobody is going to buy from you. Ultimately your exports will fall. And uh, and since your goods and since the goods in the international markets will become cheaper to you, you will purchase from them from outside the country. Ultimately your imports will increase, and when your imports increases and exports fall, this will lead to reduction in your aggregate demand. So your aggregate demand falls. Now, this is the second reason that shows a movement along the curve. The third important factor is interest effect. Now, when the prices of the commodity falls, so in order to control the inflationary effect in an economy, what central bank do is they reduces the interest rate. They uses expansionary monetary policy by reducing the interest rate. In order to basically meet the inflationary target in an economy, Now what will happen when your interest rate falls, what will happen? The consumers, the end users, it will be less incentive to save, because there's no incentive to save. So what they are going to do is they are going to spend more. Since they will spend more, their consumption will increase. And on the other hand, the businesses, it will be an opportunity for the businesses. Now what opportunity will they have? Businesses will have this opportunity to to borrow loans from the bank at lower interest rate. So it will be an opportunity for them, because they will be less low cost of borrowing. So ultimately they will borrow more, and when they will borrow more, they will invest more. They will invest more, ultimately your aggregate demand will increase. So now this increase in aggregate demand can be shown through movement along the curve. We are ending the video here. In the next video, we are going to discuss the shifts in aggregate demand. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you.